Yeah, so the question is Moses seeing God face to face. There's a couple different things that happen there. We see God putting Moses in the cleft of a rock and kind of going by him, this kind of visual of God manifesting himself in some way. We also see Moses going and speaking with God, and that when he came back, his face glowed, in some sense, a reflection of the glory of God that he beheld. And then in the New Testament, the book of Hebrews, you really see Moses is the one that talked to God face to face. It's an interesting thing because in a lot of our worship songs, contemporary worship songs, there's interesting theology that we have to wrestle with, right? So it does say that we can go boldly before the throne of God. But when you picture going before Obama or a king somewhere in the world, or the Queen of England even now, I mean, when you go before somebody lofty like that, even if you're doing it boldly, knowing that you're on the event docket for the day, they're expecting you, no one's going to arrest you, you're supposed to be there, you still do it with a sense of awe and reverence. And so in the book of Hebrews, it talks about our God as a consuming fire, that when we go boldly, we're still having to respect who God is. And I think sometimes worship songs, contemporary worship songs, or the language that we use can water God down to being like a very, 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 very big puppy dog. And we're going to go into his presence and jump up on his lap and give him high five and all that. I want to see your face. It's very intimate language. That isn't always necessarily wrong, but I think it misses the pattern of Scripture, Moses, into the book of Hebrews, that really says, although we get in some sense now come into the presence of God, we still do that with a sense of reverence and respect. But yeah, so Moses saw God, if you will, in a couple different ways. Even if you go back to the burning bush, it was God getting Moses' attention and burning a bush that never was fully consumed. And so even there, you're seeing a form of Moses coming in the presence of God. Take off your shoes, you're on holy ground, right? So Moses had many encounters with God manifesting himself in different ways that are all very unique, to be honest. So.